Well, hi folks. Shit, I'm sorry, I've just got my camera at my phone today, so I'll just give you a quick roundup, show you how things are going on. I've mainly come up today just to batten down the hatches because we've got a big storm coming in tonight and tomorrow. 60 odd mile an hour winds. So we'll see what's standing after that. Anyway, we'll just give you a quick look round, show you how things are going, and they've been going really well with this heat wave we've had. They're the peas. About 3 foot tall now, loads of flowers on. I think I'll tie those up a bit more as well tonight, just in case, just to try and protect them from the wind. Second lot of lettuces in there. The first lot are there. They're the icebergs and little gem. First spring onions are almost ready actually. If you look down there, you can see how dry it's been with the cracks in the ground. So, but we're going to get plenty of rain now. These are the banana shallots, bulked up quite nicely now, so they should be alright. Onions, always a bit slower than most people, me for some reason, I don't know why, but they're looking alright. Garlic, it's looking fine, looking a little bit on the yellow side, don't know why that is, but it's looking healthy enough, no sign of any rust or anything, so no complaints. And the lettuces, these are the multi-green mixed, which is green and red, and they're absolutely fantastic. They're ready to go now. That's trouble, they all come at once. As you can see, no pests, no diseases, they're absolutely idiot proof. Fantastic lettuce. And a few more spring onions there, just about ready to come. So the spud's really flying on now. I've topped them up right to the top now, with, well, most of them with compost. But they could really do with a lot of rain, and I've no water whatsoever up here now in my barrels. If I just show you my barrels, they are empty, so we could do with some rain. Just hope it gives a day or so of it and then goes back to the sunshine. But so far so good, spud's looking good. A few little flowers appearing there. Wind's getting up, so I'll just give you a quick overlook of that bed, which I'm pretty pleased with so far. So I do have quite a few weeds and stuff, but I do leave a few that I recognise, like these foxgloves. I think they look fantastic. I mean, some of these are growing in amongst me sort of decking stuff. But they are lovely, absolutely beautiful, and they attract loads of bumblebees and stuff. It's none about today because the wind's getting up, but they do look nice. So not all weeds are bad. Some of the poppies are out now, looking fantastic. Oh, how long they'll last, they'll probably have no petals left after this wind because they're quite delicate and fragile. And a few more poppies. These are a bit of a pinker colour. Like I said, really delicate. Bumblebees absolutely love these. They're all hardy perennials, so they just come up year after year and they just brighten the place up a bit. Again, another little foxglove there next to me. My carrots. I've been trying to bodge my polytunnel up, put as much tape as I can on. If you can see, look, that's where the big rip was last year. So that should hold, no matter how windy it gets, so it's looking alright. I've just noticed I've got this self-seeded rose bush here. You can see how thorny it is, but it's got some funky, delicate little flowers coming on. Quite fragrant as well. I don't know what sort it is. It's some kind of rambling rose, but I never planted it, so some birds probably dropped a few seeds in, and it's quite pleasant actually, especially for one that I didn't plant. So the gooseberries are coming along well. I decided to net them now. Well, net 2 of the bushes to keep the birds off, because I've not had a crop of gooseberries for quite a while actually. This is the other one that's unnetted. And they're getting to be quite a nice size now as the wind gets up. They're rock hard, so they're nowhere near ready. But hopefully we don't get any of that gooseberry sawfly or whatever it's called, where it just eats all the leaves. We may get a crop for once. So my second lot of peas, and again these need tying up because this wind's going to batter them otherwise. But they should be good. There should be a continuation of peas once the first lot are starting to be ready and finish. So into my other bit, these are the giant runner beans. That's been absolutely nailed by slugs, but they're starting to climb up now. Just doing them for a complete laugh, just in case I get a big one. I can take it to Harrogate. Setting a lot of onions in this bed, and the leeks seem to have established. They've all lived since I transplanted them, so they're looking alright. Got a bit of a spare patch here, I might put a few cabbages in, could do with a bit of a weeding. That's the kale, easiest crop in the world to grow I think. So that's kale, that should do us from about August, September onwards and should continue all through winter. Bit of something to pick at. What else have we got? The marrows, the giant marrows. I've been trying to give them some protection and they're starting to vine up now. By that I mean they're starting to grow lengthways. So what I'll do, I'll try and just protect them with a few more like windbreaks and stuff like I've got up here, and maybe just peg the leaves down a bit so they don't blow away, because I think the direction is from that way, so that wall should give me quite a bit of protection, but we'll just do a bit anyway. So that's the giant marrows, doing okay so far, but we'll see. So into the polytunnel we go. I'll show you the onions last, you won't believe them. So, how are things growing in here? Cucumbers have perked up. I'm starting to train them up the canes. I've put another one in. There's a Carmen and a Fem Spot I think it's called, so I'll train them up these canes. And the courgettes, I've got courgettes on. Look, only little tiny ones, but they just love the heat in the polytunnel and really fly along. Remember how tiny that plant was a couple of weeks ago? The size of it now, it's just crazy. I'm talking of how big things are. Look at the size of these lettuce. I'm going to take a couple of these on. Absolutely massive. Same as the ones outside. They're multi-grain. Got a little bit of a stray French bean there. Just help it on its way. I've wrapped it round the wrong way I think. But anyway, French beans. Up to the top now. Doing really well. Can't complain about those. The stump carrots, brilliant. Absolutely flying on now. Again, they seem to like the heat as well. It doesn't bother them. I've never had any go to seed. So they're looking good. It's big watering day today. Every 3 days I water everything. So I'll be giving them about 3 litres each box. As usual. Long carrots aren't looking as good as the stump ones, but we'll see. And this one now is down to 2 in a box, which looks a bit silly. But I don't know what's been eating the other 3, but something else anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to have to shut this door up tonight, or this afternoon, and maybe just leave the top bit open there, because the wind's going to come from sort of that direction, southwesterly. But I need a little bit of ventilation, because it's still going to be sunny, so I don't want everything to fry, so that's the trouble with it. Anyway, we'll see. That's one of the other courgettes I planted. I actually managed to get them to germinate myself. I've forgotten what variety it's called. It's one I grow every year, but it's really, really prolific and absolutely fantastic. So, giant spuds, what I've done with those, I've had a rooter bound at the bottom of the plant, and so I can feel the potatoes, and I've removed every potato on the plant bar one. So now, hopefully, there's only going to be 1 potato per plant. And hopefully, if all the energy goes into that, we should have some giant potatoes. I'll just step over here. And they're going to be a lot of energy going into 1 spud. Giant carrots, still looking okay. Give you an idea of the size of the plant. Look, doing well. And what you want is them to have like multi-heads, which means they'll have about 8 legs. The more legs, the more weight, the heavier the carrot. So that's the idea. So that's those. And now onto the onions. I mean, since I've been up, I haven't been up for 2 days, and even I can tell the difference. I'll just start with this one. That's what they're like. I'll put my hand in, then you'll see how big they are. Way bigger than any I've ever grown at this stage before. Still looking healthy, no pests, no thrips. About 18-inch circumference now. And they're all, oops, pretty much the same. That's a nice one as well, that one. Nice tall, thick necks. There you go, look at the size. So what I do with these, I'm just watering these 1 litre of water every 3 days. Sometimes putting a little bit of seaweed in, and sometimes some of the compost tea, but no additional fertiliser. I don't want to push them too much, because if you push them too much you can get a growth spurt and they can start to split. So steady away is the way to do it. But like I said, so far couldn't be happier. No apparent problems, but you never know, they can just suddenly throw a seed head up and then that's it, all gone to pot. But anyway, so far so good. That's about it, folks.